only from the coding, no financial advice.
Many amendments.
Listen to what she's got to say.
It didn't cover everything that we were concerned about, but I think it was a great bipartisan effort. And you know what? At the end of the day, our constituents expect us to be able to get things done, and this making these payments easier to make, making them opening up this digital currency area is going to be very helpful to many of our businesses, and I think it's an important step forward.
Well, I ask you that in part because of what we heard from President Biden's former economic advisor, Jared Bernstein, who wrote about the Genius Act, quote, unless you're a criminal, there are no uses for these currencies. Senator, he says if crypto disappeared tomorrow, the average person going about their business would not notice. But the politicians whose pockets they so lavishly line would notice. What does Mr. Bernstein get about this?
Well, you know what, these stable coins are backed by the U.S. dollar.
Passed moments ago.
We now have a regulatory framework. I think what people want is an area that is stabilized, that is regulated, and that gives the consumer the opportunity to make a decision about whether or not to engage in it. And that's ultimately what people want, is for us to make it as safe as possible, and then to give them the decision about whether or not to use this kind of digital currency.
Senator, I want to turn now to the tax bill. There is text out of the Senate, but essentially, what recourse do Democrats have with Republicans in control? Because I know that you and many of your colleagues have a lot of problems with it, but what recourse is there right now?
Well, you know what, we are still working to understand all of the various aspects of the bill. Of course, we're very concerned about what it means. I hope the consumers understand that, and at the end of the day, what it really means is that the billionaires continue to get richer, and they do so on the backs of everyday hardworking families who will have more expensive health care, who will have their nutritional programs cut, who will have many other measures that are designed for middle-class families to survive, that it will become more expensive while we're all the while enriching billionaires. So that's what this is about. It means that this is something certainly that I don't support. I think many others will not support. And as a matter of fact, you know what? I think that the more and more Americans hear how we are balancing on the backs of hardworking, working class families, this tax benefit for billionaires, I think they too will agree that this is something that is really not good, either for our economy, because it grows the deficit by many trillions of dollars, and it also harms everyday hardworking families.
Senator, also, Brooks, I want to ask you about your colleague, Democratic Senator Alex Padilla of California, who returned to the Senate floor today after last week's incident in which he was thrown to the floor by federal agents, handcuffed and detained. Take a listen.
Before I could even get out my question, I was physically and aggressively forced out of the room.
All right, that was enough of the crypto talk, I guess.
I was a United States Senator. I was forced
they just said
to the ground.
Genius Act just passed moments ago at the Senate. So I'm going to say how exciting it was, how they were going to make, they're trying to make sure that we're going to be the leading country when it comes to cryptocurrency. So interesting, I guess. Stay tuned. Let me see, I didn't see anything when you guys said here. Genius Act pass.
Senator, I only have about a minute left, and I'm sorry.
Hold on, let me park this.
But there are great questions about, after this incident, what happened in Minnesota last weekend about the safety of lawmakers. Do you feel?
Yeah, baby. Yep. Passed the Senate. Crypto's coming in hot August. I think Genius will be signed into law this month before the month is over. Look it up if you want to know what the Genius Act is. No bill, what you're doing, how you doing. That's Genius Act. I think it's a bill also regulating stable coins. Here we go.
Live from Capitol Hill, we appreciate your insights. Be sure to tune into the premiere of Bloomberg's Originals Polish with Sonali Bassett.
Metallica just released a stablecoin pilot. None of that was going to go bonkers. yeah, man, I don't know what the time is now. Hopefully, let's see if the time is now. It was just driving right now, and I just listened to Bloomberg Radio. So I just heard they were like, oh, stablecoin Genius Act just passed moments ago. How exciting. Stable coins. Boo, boo, boo. Anyway, that's it. I got nothing to say. I just wanted you to listen to that and just let you know that the hamster is running on the wheel, baby. The hamster is running on that wheel. Get ready, guys. Get ready. I'll be back with something else, but as of right now, bully.